guys got a big test.
Yeah, I think we're all excited. It's been a long fall camp. We've worked really hard, and I think it's kind of a huge relief for us to finally get into game week. We have a lot of veterans on our team, and I think we all know how to handle the pressure and the focus of game week. So I think we're really excited to get started.
You talk about having a lot of veterans, but from the outside, it's a national perspective. This offense might struggle because it's so brand new, perhaps, in terms of guys they've never heard of before. What is your perception of this offense capable of putting up the same numbers as they've been doing with Taj and Sammy and Wilson?
Yeah, and that's what we've been hearing a lot is, we really haven't proved a lot on the field, losing Taj and Sammy and some of those guys. We have like Cole and a few other people who have been backups for the past 3 years who have a lot to prove. But, inside our offensive unit, we're really confident in those guys, and I think we're going to see a lot out of those guys who haven't played a lot.
How much have you heard that kind of thing from walking around campus? People are saying, "Are you guys going to be any good?" How much have you heard that?
Yeah, I hear that every year, but it always comes up to the first game. We're really excited to see what we can prove in this first game, and it's really cool to open up with a big stage at Georgia.
Are there any parts of this offense that you think look drastically different because of some of the parts you've lost, or is it pretty much going to be the same kind of deal?
I really think it's going to be the same deal. We're going to establish the run game. That's what we always say, and then we have a lot of playmakers who can run down the field and make plays. So I think from the last 3 seasons, I think this year will be very similar to what we've seen in the past.
How's Sharon looking back?
Sharon looks really, really good. He's still getting confidence in his knee, and that's something that he's got to work on throughout the season. But what I've seen so far, he's making plays, and he's still one of the fastest guys we got on the team, so it's good to see him out there running around.
You've got some cats in the team, Kyron and Tay, that not only have they never played a college football game, they've never been on the road. Is there anything you can tell them? Have they asked? Have you talked to them about handling a road environment?
Yeah, the good thing that I see in our young receivers, like you're saying, is they really act like a veteran player, and I try to lead by example with those guys, and they have asked me, what do we need to do here and there, and I'll help them every now and then. But I just tell them. I told them yesterday it's game week, so we really got to bring the focus this week, unlike any other. And I think they see that in our veterans' faces and the way we act in the locker room, and it's a totally different week, and we got to bring a lot of focus.
How comfortable are you with being the possible kind of #1 option at receiver right out of the chutes here?
That's an exciting thing to think about. But one thing that I've said earlier in some interviews is we got a lot of playmakers all around the field, and I don't think there's going to be one guy or 2 guys who really stand out. I think with the depth we have in our receiver unit, we're going to have a lot of guys making plays.
From a player standpoint, what are some of the toughest environments you've played in on the road? And then are you looking forward to this kind of a challenge?
Yeah, I think every environment on the road can be tough, but it's really about mental toughness, and Coach Swinney said it best yesterday. It's when you play on the road that it either brings out the best in you or it allows you to lose focus. And I think with the group we have, playing on the road really brings out the best in us, and we just bring an extra amount of focus when fans aren't cheering for you.
Do you think this is a fitting stage, perhaps, for this offense to prove itself going up against Georgia, a team that very physical, very good defensively? Do you think this is the right stage for you guys, first game of the season, to prove and maybe answer some of those critics right off the bat?
It definitely is. It couldn't be a better stage than this. With all the talk with our front 7, facing a guy like Todd Gurley is going to be a huge task for them. And I think they're really excited to face that challenge. And offensively, we've got a lot to prove. And going against the SEC defense like Georgia, it'll be exciting for us to go into Athens and see what we can do.
Heard yesterday that Sammy was a talker when he was here. Maybe he was the vocal leader, Taj. Who's going to take over that role of, if something needs to be said this year, to be that guy?
Yeah, and right now we're still in the midst of finding that leader who can speak up in the huddle. But one thing that I've noticed throughout fall camp and throughout the summer is we have a lot of guys who come from every different position, and not just seniors, but like sophomore leaders that speak up in the huddle and get guys motivated. So that's one good thing that I've seen with this team is we've got guys in all spots and all levels speaking up in the huddle and being leaders.
What is it like to open with an opponent of this magnitude? You did it last year, so you kind of know what it's like. But I mean, does it give you more focus right off the bat? Maybe even going all the way back to spring. We got to be ready to go right away.
Yeah, it's definitely a great way to start our season, and we've had the countdown clock going since the Orange Bowl of last year, and we've just been really excited, working hard in the off season, and it gives you an extra edge going into fall camp, knowing you have a big opponent on a big stage, and it definitely brings a little bit extra focus in the locker room and on the practice field.
Cole, he almost had like a little bit of an edge to him when so many people have been talking about you don't have Taj, you don't have Sam, you don't have Monron. But he said, you know what, we may have lost 3 really good guys, but we got 15 really good guys behind us. The depth of the talent that you have now, the opportunity that you have and Sharon has, other people have to take that next step.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, losing those 3 guys is a huge loss for us. They put up a lot of points for us, but I feel like the camaraderie we have with our group and the offensive unit, we get along well. And I think working through the off season with these guys and spending extra time working out with them, I feel like we've got good timing in our receivers and just good camaraderie and companionship throughout the entire offense. And I think we'll have a really good season.
How capable is Deshaun going into game 1? He's going to get some snaps in the game. Is he ready?
I believe he is. He's proven himself through spring ball, and he's worked really hard this summer. And I think he's definitely earned a chance to go out there and make some plays. And I personally think that he is well prepared, and he's a really smart guy. Picked up the offense really quick, so that's good to see in a young player like that.
Does it change the offense though a little bit when he comes in as opposed to when Cole's over there?
You know, that's one thing that I can't really speak of right now because we've never had like a dual quarterback system. So, you know, in practice, we still run the same routes, the same plays, and they put the ball on the money every time. So it's not different there. But you know, in a game-like situation, seeing quarterbacks switch in and out, we haven't seen that yet since I've been here. So that'll be something new for me to see.
Is Cole as calm in the huddle and around practice as he is around us?
Yeah.
It seems like it's just like everything's just water off the duck's back. He's just so laid back, and you expect it to stay that way when he gets down to run 85,000.
Yeah, that's one thing I really like about Cole is he's calm and cool under pressure, and you know, his mannerisms off the field are the same on the field. You know, just a calm guy that everyone can look up to, and he keeps his composure in any situation. So that's one good thing that I see in Cole.
Been a major plus, do you feel? Obviously, he hasn't led the team in a huddle in a crucial situation really yet, but when he gets in front of that hostile crowd, it seems like his demeanor might be the type of thing that you need to really keep everybody on an even keel.
Yeah, it definitely is a demeanor that will keep everybody on an even keel, especially on the road. On the first game is something some of the guys have never experienced, some of our young receivers, and for someone like Cole to step into the huddle and they see how calm he is and confident in himself, and that will reflect onto them. So that's something that could really be a huge factor in a big road game like Georgia.